Ken, I believe the hill you're going up is going to be steeper than most people would ever encounter on a Texas deer lease.
I'm going to stop the video here for just a second and show you what I did wrong in the spot and stalk on these hogs. As you see, I'm leaning to the left and standing in a very unnatural position.
Almost time to start rattling for big white-tailed deer.
Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life.
Well, friends, welcome to this week's A Sportsman's Life. This is my good buddy Ken Blackstock. Now, Ken owned Plano golf carts for a long time, and that still may be your name. I don't know.
That's one of them.
In Plano, Texas. But what I wanted you to learn is this is an electric easy-go golf cart right here. For about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, we used a souped-up model that Ken produced.
Yes, sir.
With a heavy-duty motor. We used it up in the Rocky Mountains for hunting elk and bear. It would go anywhere. Now this one I would not take to the mountains. It's not designed for that.
Not nowhere near the power.
But what we want to get the point across is it is designed for a Texas deer lease, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this one's going to work great for the Texas roads, rock, all that kind of dirt roads, whatever. It's not made for the mud. It's made for mild hills. We've enabled a programming feature on this thing called Hill Climb, and it does make it a little bit stronger, so it might surprise you what it will climb. But it's just a good versatile cart. But where we've got an advantage here is this thing has got a lithium battery from the factory. This happens to be a used 2019 E-Z-GO, but it's got the original factory Samsung battery in it. It's still got the 3 years remaining of the original 8-year warranty on the battery. We've seen no batteries bad, and they've been making these since 2017. The battery's made by Samsung, so you don't get much bigger in the business in electronics than Samsung. The cart's 400 pounds lighter, so between the programming, the 400 pounds lighter and all this, it's amazed us is what it will climb, and it should play with 5 or 10 miles and probably do closer to 10 to 15 miles. I would just rather tell you that 5 to 10 miles is going to be fine, and Luke's told me that the average guy's not driving over probably 2 or 3 miles at a time at a deer lease. So we feel like it'll do what needs to be done.
You know, Ken, what I was really looking at and when we first started driving and testing this thing, or checking it out, I should say, is for a Texas deer lease where you got to, say your deer stands over there a mile or whatever, probably going to be closer than that.
Yeah.
Okay, can you throw some corn in the back? You got a bed on it.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
show you all these features too. Got a bed on it. Can you throw some corn in there, haul it to your feeder, fill your feeder up? Can you get on the thing from camp, load your rifle up, drive 1-2 miles on a road, not on a muddy back country, on a ranch road, and off on some, ground is okay.
Yeah.
But take it hunting, get you a buck, throw it in there, get you a doe, a hog, and go back to camp.
You should be fine. I mean, it is completely quiet. The only thing you're going to hear is what's crunching underneath these tires.
Yep.
We've got 2 options on this. These are 20-inch all-terrain tires. We've got an option of 23s for guys that are on completely level ground. We found with a smaller tire, it's a 20, it gets you more torque for climbing those hills. So it just depends on which way you want to go. There's no upcharge to go with the bigger tires. We just prefer these because it's a better all-around solution. It'll do about 17 miles an hour, and we've done 17 mile an hour up a half-mile long incline. So I mean, it's pretty strong for what it is for stock powered. And we've outfitted it for hunting with gun racks and storage baskets in the front, the cargo bed in the back. It's all factory E-Z-GO axle lift kits. There's nothing Chinese on this thing. It's got a bright white LED light up underneath it for getting to your stand at night. But I mean, it's for the money, it's a lot of machine for $69.95.
$69.95. That's the point.
Exactly.
And we'll put a number up, phone number where people can call you. If you want to, just give the number right now.
Yeah. It's 972-578-1067. We've got 2 websites. We moved from Plano to Nevada, Texas. Google didn't like that, so we had to rename the place iRideGolfCarts.com. So we have both websites up, Plano Golf Carts and I Ride Golf Carts, and both websites have the cart on there and prices and details about what's been done to them.
You know what? I see your brother, Mr. Robert, with a sack of feed. Let's load this up.
Okay.
And I've got a feeder. We're at my buddy Kenneth Shepherd's place. Let's go over there and put about a 50 pounds, 40 pounds of corn in there. All right, thank you,
There
Ronnie.
you go.
All right, folks, let's go fill the feeder up. All right, we're gonna put the buggy to good use and put some corn in the feeder. This is a good hog hunting spot too, by the way, folks. Previous show I shot a hog with that Seneca big bore right here. If you watched our show a few weeks ago. That's Mr. Robert, Kenna's brother. And we got some corn. We're gonna ease that up in there. Ken, this looks like a Texas ranch buggy to me, buddy.
There you go.
This would be a place to be shooting a hog over here in about a day or two. They already know the food is here, but they needed it replenished there. Well, boys, I tell you what we might think about doing is there's some hills right back over here. Let's go show our friends what this buggy will do going up and down a hill. How about that?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Ken, if you will, I'd like to let's show our friends this lithium battery.
Yeah,
and
this is
the
a whole
one that
different
I
setup than
had
what you're
years
used to.
back. You know, the one that I used.
You had 6 lead acid batteries here.
Yes.
This is in the place of those. This is a maintenance-free Samsung battery, about as American made as you can get, I'll put it that way. There's a lot of cheap Chinese reproductions, but these, we've never seen a bad one. They've been making this since 2017. 400 pounds less, still got all the same power, and it's the only way to go. This one's forgiving if you accidentally let it sit for a month or two in the winter. With them other batteries, you could kill them.
And it charges up quickly.
Yes, sir.
The buggy that I used
3 or
back,
4 hours.
the one I had back in the day, it took a long time to charge all those up.
All night long.
Okay, well, I wanted to show our friends that one battery, I wish, well, back in the day, would that not have come in handy when we were outfitting?
This weighs what one lead acid battery would weigh. This weighs about 85 pounds.
And that took, what, 400 pounds off the weight of one of these?
400 pounds of weight is what we figured.
Wow. So, got your rifle rack there. These are handy, these little
Yeah, the front basket.
front baskets.
Yeah. Robert's put 2 pounds, two bags of corn up here before.
And Ken, you were telling me that you can put a little bit bigger tires, but you get better.
Exactly. These are 20s. You can put 23s on it, but you're going to get more climbing abilities with this 20-inch tire. You
More
get some more
torque, I guess.
Exactly.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's go drive it around some, show our friends.
Sounds good.
We're going to call this the Texas hunting buggy.
There you go. All right.
Folks, this hill is way steeper than it looks like crossing a slough. So this probably more than most people would encounter on a Texas hunting lease. Got a little bit of mud. This is not a four-wheel drive vehicle by any stretch, but we're going to get across the water here. And there's an equally steep hill on my side where I'm standing. No problem. Ken, I believe the hill you're going up is going to be as steeper than most people would ever encounter on a Texas deer lease.
30, 40 degrees maybe.
It's very steep, so here you go. Friends, I think that pretty much tells the story right there. I think we have an economical Texas hunting buggy right here, and here he comes back. All right.
It didn't even struggle.
Go ahead, Ken. Take it on back up the hill. I can wade across that creek in a minute. I want everybody to watch this thing come down it and up and then down it and back up again. That hill is way steeper than it looks, folks. How about this for a machine to take you to your deer stand, haul your corn out? And we've been driving this thing for 3 or 4 miles this morning. There we go. Well, Ken, what our buddies watching do not know is I rode this thing back up the hill with you.
Yes, sir.
That's about, I don't know, 200 for me and 240, 50 for you. That's
I'm
about.
not proud of it. Yeah,
I'm not.
Grading on the curve.
Right, we're grading up, but anyway.
We're guessing that's about a 30-degree grade, and it played with it.
Oh yeah, you were about half throttle.
Half
going.
throttle.
I'll tell you what, for a Texas machine, comparatively speaking, if you were to go buy the factory models or whatever, I think you told me there's something like
16,000. They've got more power than this, but as you can see, this is plenty adequate for what it is for 10,000 less.
That's right.
So I think it's a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer for a lot of us. Well, again, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
tell everybody the information where they can locate
Yes,
this.
it's going to be PlanoGolfCarts.com or iRideGolfCarts.com. Our phone number is 972-578-1067. You'd also have the option of this machine of even having a cargo bed on the back or a seat that folds up to carry people or makes flat to carry, your cargo or your deer, whatever you want to do. But my brother had mentioned that we can take and slime the tires if you're in an area with heavy thorns and stuff like this. But these are pretty durable machines, and we consider this as bulletproof as a machine can be. So
Yeah.
we call it stupid simple. So we like them.
It works. It
Yes, sir.
works. And Ken, folks can contact you, and you're near Dallas, not
sir.
far. People are
Yeah.
going to be listening, seeing this all over.
Yeah.
But
Nevada, Texas.
in Texas, Nevada, Texas, where
Yes,
you live, if they want to come out, and I probably would want to come out and let you drive me around in it.
I've got a ditch down below our house that's about like this. It's just a little steeper.
Yeah.
But I can show you for yourself what it'll do. So
Awesome. Well, thanks. I enjoyed this.
we
to know.
appreciate it. Appreciate the barbecue too.
Brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornaday, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter. Stealth Vision, high-tech precision-driven equipment tailored for the modern hunter. I'm going to stop the video here for just a second and show you what I did wrong in the spot and stalk on these hogs. As you see, I'm leaning to the left and standing in a very unnatural position. When doing this, you will throw your shot off. Let this be a lesson to everyone. Practice shooting standing up in a natural upright position to be more effective in making your shots. A Sportsman's Life is also brought to you by Mossberg, American Built, American Strong, the YO Steakhouse, Catch and Release Apparel, AGM Global Vision, your go-to for thermal hunting scopes and spotters, Pyramid Air, your one-stop shop for everything air guns.
Hello sports fans, it's Bill, the old man at Striper Express with your fishing tip this week on Sportsman's Life. Well, look what I got here. Bent propellers. All Texas lakes, Oklahoma lakes are low. If you fish like we do, we're from shallow to deep. You're going to hit stuff. We run aluminum for the right reason. It doesn't shear lower units, that's the transmission. So we buy these props with carbon inserts. These inserts go inside, and if you hit something real hard, it shears this first and doesn't take out the transmission, the lower unit. So I suggest run aluminum, get you some prop, kids. When you hit something, you're not going to tear up your lower unit. That's a very costly expense. So there you go. There's your fishing tip this week. Run aluminum. Alright, this is the old man at Striper Express with your fishing tip this week. Go catch a fish.
A special thanks to these fine sponsors, Vineyard Max Deer Products, and the Anchor Inn and Marina on beautiful Lake Tawakoni, 1 hour east of Dallas.
Almost time to start rattling for big whitetail deer pretty much all over North America. One thing I do want to remind you of as well too, DSC, the Convention and Outdoor Expo, this year is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, this year being January 9th through 12th, 2025. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about it, please go to www.biggame, that's BIGGAME.org. Look forward to seeing you there.
Folks, this segment was brought to us by Gearhead Archery, Smoke Intex Electric Smokers, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, YO Ranch Headquarters, Ultramatic Feeders, and Catfish Pro. Tune in next week for some more real-world outdoor adventures right here on A Sportsman's Life.